This is 7 Dooms for Sandpoint, Chapter 4, Footprints on the Roof, Episode 56. It's been another day of downtime. You have been taking care of business, learning what items are, learning the value of certain items, finding out that there's a pretty big swing in how much these dragon scales you have, how much people are willing to pay you for them, and finding that Icselo is currently in the possession of the most valuable thing any of you have ever seen or
Jesus
touched.
Christ, I've ever heard of.
A named longsword, Gravesbane, worth almost 50,000 gold pieces. But is also incredibly, seems to be an incredibly powerful item. Upon leaving the Cat's Meow, 6 days into Summer's Curiosity Shop, Millie, you sent your cat familiar Monte Cristo out on a mission to... what was that mission? Find Velynia. Remind me, who is with you currently? Who is at the Cat's Meow?
Icselo and Natalin.
Natalin left to do the other things that she needed to do.
That's right. Natalin did leave to go take care of her things.
Only Icselo.
And where was Lumi again? Lumi had gone somewhere.
She had slept in, and then she went to get it was like croissants or something, butter tarts, butter pretzels,
Something with butter.
beaver tails. What were they?
What?
Oh, it's like the bread that's like.
Oh, I thought you meant
Like
literal
monkey
beaver
bread?
tails.
No, it's like the dough that's all like.
I know what you're talking about.
Right.
It is
Yeah,
like
it's-
monkey bread, kind of.
It's like braided
It's like an
cakes.
apple fritter.
funnel cake.
Funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes. Thank you.
There we go.
Millie and Icselo were heading in that direction also.
Okay, so at the moment,
Oh, perfect.
it is Millie and Icselo. When you stand up from sending Monte Cristo off on his mission, you stand up to see a familiar face who looks at you and says, "Hey, Mom. Human Montague, I don't have it in front of me now.
I'll
Carisi.
help you out. What is it? Millie kind of
Carisi.
dusts herself off, does like a little bit of a double take. Montague Erickson Carisi, what are you doing in town?
Full government.
He immediately is like, "You don't have to use my whole name out in public."
Oh, look at you. I swear you've grown more. Oh, let me just look at you. And she's doing the thing where she's like dusting off his shoulders and his traveling cloak, and she pulls out like a little handkerchief and is wiping at something on his face. Like,
Some schmutz.
He's like, "Mom." As he's kind of looking over your shoulder at the very... I was going to say... I was trying to say stern and sturdy at the same time, and thankfully I almost called you Sterndy. Icselo. The very Sterndy Icselo standing there. I can take care of myself.
of course you can.
And-
dear.
I thought I'd surprise you. That's why I didn't tell you I was coming.
Oh. Well, I'm touched.
Well,
Well, this is such a nice surprise.
well, believe it or not, I'm actually here on kind of official business.
Oh. Where are my manners? Montague, this is Icselo. He's very soon going to be your new father. Icselo, this is my son Montague. Monty for short.
You said what now?
As she says this, I reach over and shake his hand and say, "It's news to me too."
Oh, I'm kidding.
It's amazing, dude. It's amazing.
You see that Monty had several things that he was trying to say that kind of all collided. And then when you say it's news to you too, and then Millie laughs it off, you see the very visible sign of relief, and he shakes your hand much more vigorously. I don't know if I was quite ready to call you Dad, since I only just learned your name.
You know, you don't ever have to call me that, only if you feel comfortable doing so.
Millie is
I'm
tickled.
not trying to replace your dad.
He's now looking at you like he's trying to gauge
Oh my god.
your sense of humor, and he just kind of okay. Anyway, Mom, as I was saying, I'm on official business. I'm actually, I'm sure you've heard already from a certain busybody that I have been traveling with a band of adventurers.
Oh, your sister. I was really confused for a second. Like, oh, you've already met Kaeryn?
It's funny you should mention Kaeryn Scarnetti. I'm actually, the adventuring party I'm in includes his nephew.
I might have heard something about that. Are you on the clock right now?
Well, yeah, the leader of our band of adventurers is Caleb Valdemar, also a Sandpoint native, and he figured, since, well, I knew you, that this was the best to send me as the messenger, because apparently word has gotten around that you are also hanging around with adventurers and law enforcement.
Oh, yeah.
The law.
Millie gestures again at Icselo.
So it's true, you're going on adventures again.
Well, what did you expect, dear? For me to just sit at home and knit?
Well, a little bit of knitting, a little bit of baking.
Middle-aged, I'm not dead.
Hell yes.
Okay. Well, that's great, because Caleb wants our two groups to sit down to dinner tonight at the Rusty Dragon and swap stories. He wants to get to know you guys.
Oh, I would very much enjoy meeting your friends. Colleagues.
Colleagues, yes. So you and I'm assuming it's not just Icselo?
Oh, what a duo we'd be! No, there's three more. And you know, don't forget Monte Cristo, Cat Monty.
Yeah, I saw him flying off just as I got here. Okay, well, this evening, around 6:30, at the Rusty Dragon. Caleb's making arrangements already. And from
What time's our standing date?
I think 6.
Wow, how perfect.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we had talked about it, and it was sort of at around sundown, or leading up to sundown, is what you guys had said. Unless I'm wrong and it was 6, I don't remember.
Let's pretend it was 6.
Regardless,
I think we always just said, dinner time.
Evening.
No, it couldn't be sundown because then Lyra couldn't have come with us.
After
oh
bedtime.
yeah, because she had to be home before the street lanterns came on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we'll have more time to catch up at dinner. Caleb's got me running a bunch of errands, and it looks like you're in the middle of errands and prep as well.
Well, actually, we were about to go down to the square and get ourselves some funnel cakes. It is a festival, you know.
Don't you know?
Yes, I haven't had a chance to stop and try any of the funnel cakes or anything like that. But, well, as you said, I'm on the clock. We'll catch up at dinner tonight, Mom.
All right, that sounds fine. And Millie gives him a big old mama hug.
Mm.
And
a
he,
big old smoochie on his cheeky.
he hugs back, and he does kind of recoil a little bit, but not too much, at the kiss. And before you part, he does say, it is really good to see you, Mom, and I'm glad you're not just sitting at home knitting. That's not really you.
It's true. You might regret it come this winter, though, when you don't have a sweater to wear.
He just kind of... You can't tell if the look on his face is one of realizing that he'll miss out, or maybe it's a little bit of a relief. I guess it depends on the quality and style of the sweaters that Millie knits for her children. But he does turn and bustle away. But he does, before he rounds a corner, he does stop and turn and give you a wave back. But it was a surprisingly brief reunion and interaction with your son. What do you...
Millie turns to Icselo and says, "So, funnel cakes?"
Yes, absolutely.
I hope my joke didn't offend you. I just thought it would be such a lark. My boy, I love him dearly, but he's so gullible.
I thought it was a good joke, Millie.
You're adorable.
So
I would watch 6 seasons of a buddy comedy with fucking Icselo and Millie.
I think as you turn and head towards the central part of, the marketplace where a lot of these, the best place to get funnel cake, really. I think that's where you would run into Lumi.
You can see her. She's sitting on like an opened crate that's been at Sandpoint held like various decorations and stuff, and she's like kicking her feet over the edge of the crate, munching on a little funnel cake. Her ears will perk up at the sight of the two of you, and she'll do a little wave from across the square and continue to kind of like break off pieces and eat.
Are you just eating funnel cake quietly, or what are you guys doing?
Of course not.
It's really sad. Very somber. Funnel cake eating in solitude.
You're not supposed to talk to people when you're eating funnel cake.
Yeah, right. Eat your funnel cakes with your mouth closed.
But yeah, Millie will wave at Lumi and won't even bother to go all the way over there. She'll just shout across the square. Oh, hello, Lumi! We'll be right there. We've got to get some treats.
And she holds up the funnel cake and like gestures to where the vendor is. But her mouth is too full of funnel cake. She's got big squirrel pouches.
Do we establish that Lyra's here? Was that established earlier?
Lyra is on errands,
Okay.
as is tradition.
As of course, is tradition.
If you want her to be there, you could.
She'll probably cross through the square at some point.
She's probably crossed through the square multiple times, so you could probably summon her if you wished for her to be there.
No. I think I would leave her to her mess. I mean, at this point, she's making her own money. I'm sure she has enough to get herself a funnel cake if she wants it.
I think Velynia strolls up and is having a. She's not having a funnel cake. She's having like an apple tart, and she's like just finishing it. She comes up to the group and is like, "Hello, gang."
Perfect timing, and I'll hand you a funnel cake.
I just got done. Okay, it is a festival after all, and I think like as Velynia turns and looks around at the rest of the square, you see that Monty is like riding on her shoulders. It's like, I received a summons of sorts, and she's like, get down, and she kind of like shoos him off of her shoulders as she's starting to work on her funnel cake.
Monty just looks back rude.
I carried his ass all the way here. Like,
sorry. Like in my head, I know that that's probably not the way it is, but in my head right now, Monty sounds like the rabbits from frickin' The Magicians, because we just got done watching The Magicians.
That's awesome.
I've not watched that yet.
Oh my god, the messenger rabbits are the best thing ever.
Is everyone else enjoying the festival?
As much as one can.
Oh my goodness, Velynia, we have the best news.
What's that?
You won't believe. And Millie does regulate her voice, lowers it. You won't believe how much Six said he would pay for all 6 scales.
I think. Never mind. Go ahead, continue.
I think my guy said he would pay me like. Oh shit! Fuck! No! Shit! I think it was like 450 per scale. I think that feels
Jacob,
right.
Because I'm irresponsible and didn't do the notes. Can you remind me what Six said? Was it 1,000, 1,200? Did I have the foresight to put it in the doc?
I feel like 450 is a low number.
If I recall, Six's was like almost double whatever it
So
offered.
6 was offering, I believe it.
6 offered way more, and
6
Velynia
was
has no
offering,
idea.
I believe it was 1,800 per, and it was 2,000 per if you had all 6. That I seem to recall.
Velynia cuts you off, I think. Millie is like, does it have anything to do with the price of your scales? Because let me tell you.
Or was it 800 and 2,000 or 1,000 each?
I think it was 800 or
Yeah,
1,000.
I'm like doing the math on it, and I'm like, no, that's really high.
I'm getting real excited about the other one, but I'm like,
no, that
too
number
high.
was way too high. The potential of paying 6,000 is jogging my memory.
Because let me tell you, I got quite the offer myself. And Velynia tells you the offer that she got, which is less than yours.
Oh, oh my.
I know.
Well,
I was
s-
quite the haggler, as it were.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect an offer that good to come from what's his name at Pillbug?
Actually, I did not go to Pillbug. I went to Mava Cask at Rings and Things.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. And obviously, it's a bit of a sacrilege to use them as jewelry, but hey, money is money.
Well,
What did you get offered? Not to rub it in.
Six has offered 800 apiece or 1,000 apiece if it's all 6.
You're shitting me.
Lumi coughs, choking on her funnel cake.
The powdered sugar. She gasps in powdered sugar. Well.
Safe to say that we'll be going to
very safe to
Six
say. Here's these, and I dig into my pouch and hand you the 3 that I took with me. Credit where it's due, Millie. Master negotiator.
I don't think it had anything to do with negotiations. 6 is just a very nice man.
Mm-hmm. He certainly is. Well, what is now the ritual is not until tomorrow night, right? That's the thing.
Tomorrow is ritual day. Today is ritual eve. The only thing I think you guys have planned is your usual dinner, which is, well, you don't know about that yet.
And that girl's fucking play, if I can find out when the fuck it is. Can I say that I asked around on the way back here with Monte Cristo on my shoulders?
No.
God damn you.
I mean, you can certainly have asked around, but mostly you're getting, I don't know, what? Who?
God damn it. Okay.
It's the butterflies all over again.
I hope she fucking appreciates, because I'm going to this fucking play, and I hope she appreciates the effort. Velynia's trying to start to be a woman of her word. It's a challenge. But it's like, well, so what's tonight's festivities, Lumi? We've never been to a ritual of Stardust before. Any big goings-on?
Well, there's a bunch of music tonight.
All about, or here, or...
Well, in the square mostly.
Oh no, around what time will that begin?
Oh, well, it should be starting soonish, I think. They're probably getting ready.
Oh, well, because I've got a special little surprise. It turns out that my son, human Monty, is in town on business, and he and his colleagues were hoping to chat us up tonight at the Rusty Dragon. His colleagues, because he's in an adventuring party too.
Oh, Millie, you must be so
Maybe
very proud.
when we speak to them, don't do colleagues in quotations.
He's a grown man.
Is
he? I don't even know how old your son is, Millie.
Human, by the way. I was mistaken. I thought his
Really?
first name was Human.
Oh, he's still a very young man.
I'm sure you can't have a child older than a teenager.
Oh, you. Oh, the twins would be 20 this year, I believe.
Well, how
Oh,
exciting.
how time flies.
Oh, we look forward to meeting him. What time is it now? Do we approximately?
Isn't it?
It's midday. You guys have been running around doing your various errands.
Well, I mean, what are we doing until then? You can't imagine the hard time I've had trying to figure out when the Lamplighter Company show is. I've been all over, I've asked all over, it's almost like
They don't have little posts up?
They do, but there's nothing on them yet. And apparently there still is nothing on them because I asked around as I came here and no one knows when the show is. And I told her I'd be there and I would like to try to
Lumi is going to go stroll over to the nearest little post. There's a lamp post.
Watch Lumi just fucking here it is.
And I'd like to try and find a poster for it.
I think all around on the sides of buildings and various places, numerous postings for different types of shows: juggling acts, knife throwing acts, illusionists.
Like Gen Con.
Yeah.
In Wing B, room 347, it's a panel.
And you do see that there is a flyer for the for Sarah Lumen's show, advertising that it is taking place out in front of the Sandpoint Theater, but it does not have a time on it.
It says right here, look. And she waddles over with a parchment in her hands. Like she's kind of taking the post off of it. The poster off.
We did establish that the posts are glued to the walls.
Yeah, taking that down would be vandalism. And I guess when Lumia proudly announces, "Here it is," I'm like, "You're shitting me." I have been asking all over town, and I get over your shoulder.
It says right here, it's gonna be in front of the theater, and it's gonna be. And then she kind of realizes that it doesn't say a time on it, and then
I'm leaning over top of you
drop,
because
her tail droop.
I'm so much taller than you. I'm leaning over top of you. I'm like, "When is it, Lumi?"
I'm sorry.
That's what I thought. And I bump you with my hip as I turn and walk back.
Before you turn...
Oh.
As the two of you are looking... a woman is standing there. She just kind of stands next to you. She is not obviously taller than Lumi, but not nearly as tall as you, Velynia. She has she's human. Her hair stands out because it is a very dark red and it has been dyed that way. But it has this sort of whether magically or practically dyed, her hair has this sort of natural transition from brighter reds on top into, as it goes down, into darker reds, and is sort of shoulder length but kind of wavy. She looks like she could be in her late 20s to early 30s. It's kind of hard to tell exactly how old she is.
Did you say already what species she is? Is she
human.
Just human or
she's human.
Boring.
And she says,
sorry, Icselo.
She says, "Oh,
and Natalin.
Are you looking forward to seeing Sarah Lumen's show for festival?"
Yes. For the sake of the gods, we've been trying to find out all day when it is.
I was hoping that she would be here. I had heard rumors that she was traveling with the Lamplighter Company now, and that they had arrived in town recently.
She is. They did. We arrived with them. Her cart is right over that way.
You part of the Lamplighter Company?
No. And Velynia gestures down at herself. She's like, "Do I look like I'm a part of a theater troupe?"
Well, as I understand it, the Lamplighters themselves aren't a theater troupe.
No, I suppose not. But that particular, wagon is very theatery.
Oh yeah, Sarah
No.
Lumen is I saw her perform in Magnamar last year. I suppose.
Are you a fan?
Well, of course I'm a fan. If you've seen Sarah Lumen perform, how could you not be a fan? And have you seen her perform, or will this be your first time?
I've never seen her perform. We rode into town with them. They picked us up on the road, you see, and I just so happened to get in a conversation with the girl, and I told her I'd come to her show, and I've been desperately trying to find out when it is, and nobody seems to know.
Oh, I see. Well,
you don't know, do you?
Well, nobody does. That's part of her allure. She builds up the intrigue and the mystery, and keeps people coming and looking. And with each day that passes before her performance, more and more people have gathered, hoping to see the performance. By the time her performance actually starts, she's already gathered quite the crowd. Word spreads quickly. That's how I found out about it in Magnamar.
How exciting.
Oh. Her shows are absolutely exciting, and I'm looking forward to this because she never performs the same show twice.
Well, if you had to guess, as the super fan that you clearly are, at least will it happen tonight or tomorrow?
If I had to guess, if it doesn't happen this evening, then it would happen probably before dark, with the specifics of the ritual Stardust. As I understand, she would not want to detract from the purpose of the ritual. More like build up anticipation prior to it. She typically, because she employs a bit of thaumaturgy and prestidigitation and such. Wow. Talk about a perfect music cue. I mentioned magic.
Is that right? It's like, oh, Jesus. If we hear from elsewhere in the crowd this haunting, angelic music, it's like, what the fuck?
She employs a lot of magical and illumination and illusion effects in her performance, so it will be after dark. So I would say tonight, sometime after dark, is probably the most likely time. That's when I will be spending some time hoping to catch a performance. Perhaps I'll see you there.
Yeah, well, your guess is far better than mine, so I suppose I will be there.
Well, good luck on catching the show. If you do happen to catch it, you are in for a treat. And she smiles at you and turns and disappears into the crowd.
Was Lumi standing there that whole time?
Well, she wasn't just talking to you. You were just the only one talking.
We were talking to us, but I was just making sure. I was like, well, what a mystery. Lumi, you want to take in a show tonight? Maybe.
Okay.
Wonderful. And if, worst case scenario, if there is no show tonight, we can walk home together. We're all dorm mates now, after all.
Don't worry, Millie. We'll find something else to do, just as fun.
With that, I want to pan over to the Rusty Dragon. Natalin, your desk has been delivered, and it is every bit as beautiful as you had hoped, and sits nicely in your room. What are you doing, Natalin?
I think she meant actually to go help Bethana, but seeing the desk, I think she's kind of gotten lost a little bit in in its beauty and has been like, touching it and moving it this way and that way, and then putting on, the parchment and the quill, and then like, moving them around. And she's just kind of like in love with her desk at this moment. It's like one of the first things that she's purchased on her own for herself. And so she's kind of tickled pink about it. And then I think she realizes that it's probably getting on in the day. And she decides to get dressed in her new clothes, if you will. And so she puts on the gloves, the boots, the new duds. Because again, she's very excited about how everything is. And that probably takes a good part of the afternoon from what she had left from running the errands. And so when she finally does go out to help out with Anna, it's probably right before maybe the dinner rush. And so there's not much time to talk before she just starts helping her do the last minute preparations and deliver food.
So I'm going to interrupt your timeline just a little bit. As you are seated at your desk, maybe using it to write in a journal or write a letter or a grocery list. I don't know what you're doing. And you haven't yet noticed quite how late in the day it's getting. There comes a knocking at your door. Just 3 quick.
That's actually kind of startling for her, honestly. So she would kind of look up and then go right on over to the door and open it with a quizzical look in her face. Like, she opens the door to see who it is.
You open the door to stare into the face of Caleb Valdemar.
Yeah, I think her face there's an immediate like shock on her face as she kind of like steps back into the room.
Caleb, for those who are our audience who is seeing Caleb for the first time, of course you already know this, Natalin, but Caleb is a dark-haired Varisian man. He has a dusky complexion with a well-trimmed beard and mustache. He tends to wear sparkly silver jewelry. Like he's the kind that wears like a silver chain. He does favor earrings, so I think right now he's probably got a set of dagger earrings that are silver with little black gemstones.
Cool.
He has more than one silver chain, and you know this because his shirt is unbuttoned down 3 or 4 buttons.
Amazing.
And you can see he's got some new tattoos. He's always been tattooed. It's why he wears his shirts unbuttoned. And the tattoos are a mix of things that kind of show off his wealth, and show off. There's a lot of charms that represent luck and things like that. And when you open the door and kind of step back, he just very politely and calmly, he just kind of puts one hand up, leans against the door frame like this, and just goes, kind of pushes his hair back a little bit. Well, I had heard you were still working here.
Oh my god.
And Beth Anna said I could find you up here. I hope you don't mind me calling on you in your private quarters.
I think the first thing, like when she saw, before he even spoke, I think she kind of whispers out his name, like, Caleb. And then he says those, she's like, Of course, I don't mind. She awkwardly kind of opens the door further and gestures in. Come in. Sit down.
He looks around your room for a moment, noting that it is, correct me if I'm wrong, your room is relatively Spartan, except for this exquisite new desk. I think as he looks at the room, kind of just gives it a little bit of that. It's very much the curated response of, if you can't say anything nice, just smile and nod. And he just kind of, he doesn't want to say anything rude.
Changed. Yeah, it hasn't changed from the last time he's been here, like, except for the desk.
And he does kind of walk into the room, and he kind of traces a finger along the desk, and then he turns to face you, just sort of sitting back. He actually sits on the edge of this new desk. Well, it is good to see you. How have you been, Natalin?
I have been well. I honestly didn't expect you to come calling again.
What is the nature of the way you say that? Is there some animosity in the way you say that?
I think it's more of kind of a guilt, because I believe, like, the last time that they had said it was Natalin who has been cold to him. Most of the because she's had kept him at the arm's distance, wouldn't let him get too close. And I think the last time he'd kind of had enough of that. And so they didn't part on like terrible terms, but it was more of a, she couldn't give him what he was wanting because she couldn't, the walls that she always has that doesn't let people in.
So it was Natalin who essentially pushed him away.
Yeah, I think it was when we can think of, like, she would never admit this because she probably doesn't even know, but it was more like a self-preservation for herself that she was so cold and pushed him away.
Because everybody around her dies.
Yeah.
So he kind of looks like he's reading your expression, and he says, well, there was no way I was going to come into Sandpoint and not at least call on you. I was hopeful that you would agree to see me, and, well, as one of my associates has informed me, I believe, unless I am misinformed, you and your associates will be joining me and my associates for dinner tonight.
Oh.
I had hoped to give you a bit of a heads up so you wouldn't be caught completely off guard. When you showed up, and there I was hosting a meal in, well, the fine establishment that you are a part of.
I do appreciate that, Caleb, and it is good to see you. You have been doing well?
I have been doing very well. Natalin, can I ask you, is it good to see me? Because I know it's good to see you.
She looks down at the floor. I think there's kind of like heat is rising in her face. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't pleased to see you again.
Good.
And she looks up at him.
He pushes off from the edge of the desk lightly, so he's now standing again at full height. And he takes a step closer to you.
She does not back away.
He says, well, I look forward to meeting all of your friends and spending some time with you. I do hope you will sit next to me. I would like to get reacquainted with you again. And he reaches up like he's going to push a hair away. And he kind of catches himself. Like he suddenly recognizes he's being too familiar.
Oh, God.
And he kind of looks around. And it's almost as if he's recognizing that it's just the two of you in your room. And he suddenly seems... He seems a little bit uncomfortable. You can make a sense motive, I guess, if you want, to see if this is normal behavior.
What sense motive?
It's a perception check, basically, but it's essentially insight.
Sense motive used to be its own role in Pathfinder 1E.
She is completely out of her element right now. I rolled a nat 1 on that.
Oh, damn.
A total of 11, but it's a nat 1. So I think she is so just flummoxed herself that he's here that I don't think she's really clocking his reactions right now.
So, yeah, he just kind of looks around, and it seems as if he's recognizing the perceived impropriety of the situation. And he kind of withdraws his hand and he says, "It is delightfully wonderful to see you again, Natalin. I look forward to dinner." And he will walk towards the door, and he kind of stops and puts a hand on the door frame, and then he just turns and looks over his shoulder at you. It just gives you a little bit of that Caleb Valdemar smirk, and then brushes his hair out of his away from his forehead again, and turns, and you just hear his footsteps walking away.
And I think, Natalin just kind of watches him walk away, and then her legs collapse, and she falls onto the bed.
Atta girl. Damn. Way to hold tough. Whew.
Thank God for role-playing games, because I never had the kind of game that I have with my characters.
I think that is the moment that we see her decide to change and put on her new duds.
All of a sudden, Natalie's putting away what she had laid out.
Well, yeah, she probably didn't even have anything. She was,
just
that's the moment she decides to put on all the new
yeah. I
do her
like it.
hair.
I like it. A little bit of a montage of Natalin suddenly with a little spring in her step, getting ready for dinner tonight. Does anybody have anything else that they would like to do or places they would like to visit before dinner?
Yes, Lumi does.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's why I'm asking.
Incredible.
What would you like to do, Lumi?
After the little conversation with Velynia about the theater performance and whatnot, you can see Velynia. There's like a little like spark of an idea in her mind.
What are you scheming about?
Don't worry about it. I'll catch up with you later.
I hate when you say things like that, Lumi.
I'll catch up with you later. And she like hops down off of the crate, her little sitting spot, and we'll take a little stroll down to the armorer.
All right.
And
head to Sava's
the
armory.
observant amongst the crowd, if anyone's watching her, they'll kind of see the wind in her sails.
I would
begin
see
to
her
deflate
walking on
them.
her
Mhm.
toes.
And she would start to deflate a little bit, hunch over a little bit, become very, very nervous as she enters Sava's armory.
I mean,
I don't see all of this. I just saw you walk away.
yeah.
Right?
And then
Sava's
she
just way
takes,
the fuck across
after
town.
taking one step in, she takes that. She leaves.
No.
She goes around the corner. She sees a darker window of some building, and she kind of tiptoes up, and she realizes she's not quite tall enough to see into the window, so she'll like pull over, like a basket or something to stand on, and use the window not as like into it, but like as like a bit of a mirror, and just like and like adjust anything that may be out of place.
Oh my god.
And like
That's adorable. She does like licks her fingers and goes like and
Yeah,
shines
just
like
wipes a little-
the
shine-
scales right between her.
shines
Yeah.
a few scales.
Gotta get them shiny.
Mm-hmm. And she takes a big breath in. Okay, you got this. And then she goes around the corner again and enters Sava's armory, for real this time. And her stomach is in her throat as she enters.
And when you come in today, Sava she's not working at the forge. She's not hammering away at some sword or something, some kind of armor or anything like that. She is sitting at the counter on a tall stool, and she has her hair all pulled back and up. She's still sleeveless because it's Sava. But what you see instead is that she has this stand set up, and there's a on this stand, it's functioning as almost like a mount, holding a matched set of daggers. And she has a set of very fine tools, and you see that she's actually wearing a pair of wire-rimmed glasses as she's seated and kind of leaned over on this, and she's very finely engraving these daggers. And you recognize that she is applying runes to this matched set of daggers. And you hear just the tink, 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 tink. And as you step in, without looking up, she goes, if you decided to stay this time.
Oh.
She tries her best not to
Oh.
throw up in that moment. As she is now caught completely off guard. She had a whole little speech prepared, and it's now just been obliterated in her mind. And she stammers a bit more. Oh, what you doing? What you working on? She says.
What are you up to?
I'm working on this commission for this set of daggers, currently adding some potency runes. Although, if I'm being honest, I believe the client has never actually used the dagger to where he would need potency runes. I believe he just likes the way they look on the blade.
Well, that seems like a bit of a well, a waste of good craftsmanship. That's why.
Well, he's got the gold to pay for them, and I'll gladly take Khan Scarnetti's gold any day.
Oh, this is Scarnetti gold. Well, you know what? You can think of it this way of kind of like doing a little bit of a one-up situation, where I don't know. I don't know. I did come here with a request. It's not really a commission, so I'm doing this all wrong.
She takes off her glasses and sets them down, and she just kind of looks at you, giving you her full attention. She was wearing glasses to work on the while she was hunched over working on the runes.
Would you by chance be free tonight to watch the to go to visit the to see the theater production of the Lamplighters and the and it's the one that's being done by
Sarah Lumens.
Sarah Lumen. She says that she can't remember the name herself in this moment because of just like this like paralyzing eye contact that Zaba does. Hey, too busy, no worries.
I would like you to make an impression.
With disadvantage, because your game is awful.
No disadvantage. Since this is Pathfinder, there is no disadvantage.
I think Vi should get an advantage because it's Pride Month.
Again, this isn't D&D. There's no advantage and disadvantage.
All right. A plus 2.
All right. This is going to be 25.
Let's see.
Happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride.
A 25, you say?
25.
Saba leans back on her stool, crossing her arms, which has the added effect of making her biceps enhance a little bit.
Sure do.
As she just kind of smiles at you and she says, Lumi Xantis, are you asking me on a date?
If she had the ability to blush, which she does not have the ability to, because she is not a warm-blooded creature like the rest of us, she would be beet red. But I think her ears betray this emotion her tail was like nervously kind of like brushing like the ground a little bit, and it's just like gone rigid, the tail. And then she kind of takes in a deep breath, stands up a little bit taller. Why, yes, I am, she says so bravely.
Well,
Shut up, Baron. Shut up.
it just so happens that when I finish the runes on these daggers, I was planning to close up shop because I would like to enjoy the festivities around the ritual Stardust as well, and I have been seeing the flyers for the Sarah Lumen of the Lamplighter Company all over town, and there's no indication of when her show is, and it's very intriguing. And I am absolutely honored to accompany you, Lumi.
Her brain does a bit of dial-up noises, and she wasn't ready for this answer. Well, then I'll see you then at when we don't know when it is.
After dinner. After dinner.
It'll be after dinner sometime.
Meet you at the Rusty Dragon.
Meet her at the Rusty Dragon.
I will...
As your
Is
conscience.
Velynia like...
Where no, okay. Can I? Is it too forward of me to have kind of followed Lumi and sort of be?
I got
keeping an
this.
eye on
I
the
got
situation?
I got this.
Okay.
I got
Sorry,
this.
sorry.
Sava says, well, I'm meeting up with a couple others in the marketplace for dinner, and then I will be roaming the streets from the market up by the theater after dinner. So that is where you will find me. And in case you don't recognize me,
I'll be able to...
outside of wearing an apron, what is your favorite color, Lumi?
No.
Whatever you find yourself in. No, that's stupid. I'm a big fan of greens and blues, and you'd think I'd really like pinks and whatnot, but really it's not my favorite. But sorry, I'm yapping again. I'm so sorry.
I will be wearing blue and green, and I will have a wreath of blue roses in my hair.
Oh my god.
Well,
you should notice
your
me.
favorite color?
You should notice me because I will be the one looking for you. One of my favorite colors is green. So we have that in common.
Okay.
Oh my god. This is all the cutest shit I have ever seen in my life.
Well, I will see you soon. And I am looking very much forward to it. And by the way, you look really nice in glasses.
She genuinely smiles at that and says, oh, and she picks up her glasses and kind of puts them back on and says, well, I have to get back to work.
And my apologies for distracting you. See you. Goodbye. And she'll like go to turn to leave, and she'll walk right into a wall.
There's like a supporting
Oh.
beam. It's like,
Honk
What?
outdoor.
Watch out for the. I'll have to move that. It's a load bearing support
it's a
beam.
load bearing beam. Can't move it.
And as you leave Sava's armory, we see Sava kind of take a deep breath. She smiles and she leans over, picks up her tools, and she hesitates for a moment and she looks at where you left. And she pushes her glasses up and she goes, fuck it. Kaeryn can wait until after the festival, and puts away the daggers and the tools and everything. And she says, I've got to figure out what I'm going to wear tonight. And she hurries over and closes the shop as she heads into her apartments to start getting ready for tonight. And that's where we're going to take a break tonight.
Oh my god. That's
Get
awesome.
a Lumi.
Yay, Natalin. God damn.
I didn't.
Moral of the story: it always pays to shoot your shot.
There you go.
I'll say this on what I had planned in my notes. Flirting with two of my friends in one episode was not
really checking all the boxes.
was
here
not
tonight.
what I had on there. But hey, welcome to Pathfinder. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a break.
I have the weirdest bingo right now.
It's the weirdest bingo. We're gonna go ahead and take a break. We will see you on the other side.
Amazing.
And we're back. I don't know what's going on with this music right now.
I'm
Well,
dreaming.
it's calm.
This
It's
is Madeline
festival.
getting dressed.
It's festival. We'll go with the upbeat music.
There we go.
I would like to bring us to the dinner.
The dinner.
As everybody arrives at the Rusty Dragon to meet the people that are there to host you, that have invited you to dinner. Would you all, other than Natalin, who's already there, arrive together or separately?
I don't think I would arrive with anybody. I've been out and about. I would stagger in at about the same time as everybody else, but
So then the question is, who's going to show up to the dinner first?
Lumi's probably going to be quite a bit late because she's gone back to the cathedral, back to her bedroom, and kind of like panic gotten ready and like tossing fabric everywhere, just like an actual tornado of stuff.
honestly, probably
So,
me.
let me
I'm,
do
like,
this.
Super low maintenance.
Let me do this to make it easier. As you all arrive, describe to me if you've dressed in any particular fashion for this dinner and the evening beyond, because I know some people are dressing particular. Just describe for us how you, what do you look like as you show up to this dinner? Velynia, you said you show up first.
Yeah, sure. Velynia is not wearing armor. This feels super chill and normal vibes, and so she's wearing just like gray pants, black boots, black tunic. She's armed. She still has her like weaponry on her.
I draw my sword.
I draw my sword. No, I actually don't. I know. I always, but no, cash for me. And I just have like my satchel on because I need money. And that's it.
Next.
Millie shows
Lumi?
up looking like she always does.
It's like a cartoon character from the 90s. And when you open up the closet, it's all the same outfit.
Lumi
I think-
enters with. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Ah,
Well, I
okay.
was just gonna say that Icselo arrives with Lyra, and I'm sure Lyra's probably now got on some like more festival-y nice clothing on.
Oh.
But
I would
Oh,
say
oh,
she's
oh.
dressed nicer, but against her will.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy, the artist that we saved? Hold on. This. I cannot find his name.
It wasn't Jabrail, was it?
No, that's what was that called?
Relmar?
Relmar sounds right.
God damn, Tamiko, good pull.
All right. So, whatchamacallit? I want to imagine that at some point Relmar cornered Icselo and Lyra and face painted butterflies on their cheeks.
Oh my god, of course.
So
Relmar's
that-
doing-
Lyra absolutely would have wanted and would have. I think Lyra would have insisted on using her own coin and bought a butterfly for her dad, a butterfly face painting for her dad.
That. Oh my.
no, it's like the full tiger face.
It's like jellicle cats up in this bitch. Amazing.
Lumi?
Lumi enters with. She's adorned her little horns with some pieces of jewelry. They're like kind of looped around the horn and hang off them. Only 2 little pieces. But notably, she has like a little bit of a necklace on, but she's wearing this big like mantle around her, which she will then kind of take off as like a big kind of overcoat as she's getting ready and sitting down at the table. And you see that she's in a dress, and the dress has very low shoulders on both sides. It is this deep pine green, very like silky in terms of its like fabric composition, long and flowing, over her tail, over her legs, that touches the ground, and has this like this silvery hem to the sleeves and to the base of the dress. You see that she's like applied a little bit of like a metallic sparkle to her cheeks.
Oh my god.
She's done a little bit of makeup.
Wow.
Make herself nice and prettied
Here.
up.
Hey chat, get ready with me. Wow.
And I think as everybody is showing up and I think your host sitting at the end of the table, before even having a chance to fully introduce himself and the others, immediately looks past you all and stands up as Natalin, you enter.
And so Natalin, you guys are been like, Natalin's always kind of worn the same outfit like the entire time that you've known her. But she is dressed differently tonight. She's got this new outfit on. It is, I mean, it's a similar style to what she's always had, but she's got these pale blue boots You can tell that they're kind of new. Her outfit itself is the fabric is very light and flowing. It's like this long over shirt, if you will. It kind of goes down to the floor. It almost looks like a dress, except that you can see that she's got these flowing pants underneath, on her legs underneath. Her sleeves are longer. Kind of in that the Chien style, so that they're long and like wide at the wrist, narrower closer in. Everything like seems very flowing. On her hands, you see for the first time that she is wearing these long, very delicate kind of gloves that go up past her elbows. Covers both of her hands. Her outfit itself is like the palest blue, but there's intricate embroidery in like aqua and teal all along the sleeves, the hem, the part where the V closes across the chest. Her hair for once is kind of, well, it's still kind of the same style. It's still very much braided, but it looks like there's been a little bit more attention paid to the ribbons and the shells that are inside the hair. Instead of being pulled up into like one little like knot ponytail kind of thing, each of the individual braids are, some are pulled back into like across the face, some wrap around the head. She's definitely taken time for her appearance this day. And as with Lumi, I think there's kind of like a light blushing of makeup across Natalin's face that you can just barely tell that it's there.
And you all see finally as Natalin arrives, and Caleb has held one of the chairs next to him. Natalin, if you wish to take that seat. But there are a couple other seats, and I will describe the others that are sitting here as well, because I want to find out who everybody's sitting next to.
Yeah, Natalin definitely would sit beside like the seat that Caleb is holding.
In addition to Caleb, there are 4 other individuals here. First, of course, Icselo and Millie, you recognize Human Monty, who has cleaned up a little bit. He's wearing a little bit nicer, still sort of not traveling clothes, but just a basic set of clothing, but nicer. There is Velynia and Lumi. You recognize the redheaded woman, who actually, I think Millie, I can't remember if you know her or not.
Is it Alma's daughter?
It's Alma's daughter.
Millie knows her.
So then you would recognize the redheaded woman as Alma Overton. Icselo, you would know, though you've probably not seen him since yours and Clarissa's wedding, actually. Titus Scarnetti's nephew, Clarissa's cousin, Adamar Scarnetti. And then there's another individual who is a, well, I've already described what Caleb looks like, with his open shirt and his silver chains and his dagger earrings. Erica with her red hair. Adamar Scarnetti is thin and tall, narrow face, long nose, beady eyes. You see the Scarnetti look about him. He actually looks less like Clarissa and more like Karn. And he is wearing leather armor that has a few too many straps and buckles, to be practical. It looks like the kind of armor somebody with a lot of money would buy, and that they paid extra for the extra straps and buckles.
Cool.
For the record, Icselo, Karn, or sorry, not Karn, Adamar Scarnetti is, for the most part, the least like the Scarnettis. He's relatively likable. I'll let you decide whether or not Icselo likes him or not. Finally, there is a tall, muscular Varisian man who carries himself like a fighter. He looks like a boxer. His hair has a short, unkempt, looks almost like he cuts it himself with a dagger and maybe a mirror. Has a scruffy, short, scruffy beard. And it doesn't look like he's gone to any effort to put on any special finery. He overall has the look of a slightly disheveled, looks like he may have just come into the tavern off of an adventure. But it doesn't seem to bother him. As soon as everybody shows up, he immediately reaches for a basket with the bread and starts tearing into some of the bread. Adamar greets you all and says, "Thank you all for agreeing to meet with us. Caleb is the one that says, I think I said Adamar. Caleb greets you all and says, I'm so pleased that you all have taken our invitation, and it is a pleasure to get to know some of you." And he looks down at Natalin and says, "To see some of you again after some time. I am Caleb Valdemar." Yes, of those Valdemars. This is Adamar Scarnetti of Scarnetti fame here in Sandpoint. The gentleman here is Curtis Gede. I knew that was going to get barren.
Curtis.
Listen.
No,
I didn't name these guys. And this is this is Alma Averton. And here, as I understand, you're quite well acquainted with some of you with our own Montague. I keep forgetting your last name. Carisi. He doesn't say that. That's me.
That's mine. That's mine.
Yeah, he's just like,
Because he's like,
you gotta
Montague!
Fleet flag on the play. Alma Alverton is the lady. I don't remember what you named your daughter.
Erica is what Jake.
Sorry, Erica. I did say Elma. I got mixed up in there. Erica Averton, yes, is the woman that's here. So,
don't forget about Curtis.
I just saw Curtis again.
Sorry.
Curtis. Oh, we got pigged on, dude. I would have.
My name's Andreas, and I brought this
Listen.
out.
Actually, we're not gonna let you introduce yourself anymore. Churtis.
I need to clip that when I say Churtis G'd, the quickness with which Baron looked up and tried to find the unmute button. After Jordis Munt.
Dude, Jordis Munt is so goated.
Dude, fire the guy who's putting these names. Munt?
Listen.
Well, no.
And isn't there a guy named Ween also or something?
Yes, there's a business in town, Ween's Wagons.
Jesus Christ, whatever.
All right, listen,
All
if you're
right,
done
Paizo.
bullying my NPCs,
Sorry.
No, I'm not
Maybe-
done, but we'll continue.
Maybe his name is pronounced Shertu.
should do.
Yeah, right.
Arguably
But everybody-
worse.
You guys
Now
are being
he's foreign
racist.
for the stupid name.
That's a great point.
His name's Churtis. Where are you from, bro?
He,
Dumpville.
Icselo is gonna be such a bully tonight. I can
Caleb
feel it.
motions for everybody to.
The darkness from Ixelo's.
Caleb motions for everybody to take a seat.
I
And
sit in a place where I can keep an eye on Scarnetti. I've come to not trust Scarnettis, and I'm sizing this guy up.
everybody will have full view of everybody
Fucking
else at the
buckles.
table. So if you want to sit,
Okay.
I don't care specifically who's sitting next to who. You can engage with anybody. For the remainder of this dinner, this is going to be a 90-minute dinner, not real time. They're going to be in 3 rounds of 30 minutes. We are going to be doing a subsystem that we've done before. This is going to be an influence subsystem.
Oh boy.
As you are getting to know these other adventurers, and
Aw.
Caleb bids you all to have a seat and dig in. Orders have already been placed where family style food's being brought out to the table. Pretty much a sampling of everything on the Rusty Dragon's menu. Plenty of mead, expensive bottles of wine, a couple bottles of booze. You don't need to worry about anything. The bread is gonna keep coming, all that stuff. So,
Thank God.
but Caleb does say, some of you may know this and some of you may not, but my family is, of course, from Sandpoint, and, well, up until my father passed away a couple of years ago, I resided here, and, well, at a certain point, I wondered if there was anything left for me here in Sandpoint, and he barely conceals a glance towards Natalin, but not directly at Natalin. And I decided to move on to Magnamar, where I have been watching over my family's interests there, and we started hiring some of these others here, with Erica, Churtis, Adamar, and young Montague, who has joined us recently. When I heard there was another band of adventurers in Sandpoint, well, I became quite intrigued, and I wanted to get to know you all, and thought perhaps hosting you all for a wonderful dinner where we could swap stories of our adventures would be a good way. With the backdrop of the ritual of Stardust and the festivities before us, it just seemed like a good thing to do. So please, avail yourself of the food and drink, and let us regale one another with tales of our adventures. Now, the way this is going to work, because you're under a time crunch of the 30-minute rounds, you can attempt to do 2 things during these influence subsystems as you are talking to individuals here. You can try to discover something about them, learn more about them through conversation, observation. which could give you an opportunity to learn what their likes and dislikes, strengths and weaknesses. It might give you a little bit better opportunity to figure out how better to influence them, or you can attempt to influence them through trying to impress them with your tales, and based on your levels of success, this is where you're scoring influence points. Your objective is to try to influence individuals enough to learn more about them. So as we go around, you can choose on your turn, this very loosely, we're not going to roll for initiative or anything like that, choose who you want to talk to, and if you want to try to discover something about them, or if you want to try to influence them and see what you can learn. Who would like to go first, and who are you talking to?
I'll go first.
Talking
I want to talk to.
Cherdis.
Yeah, I know you're gonna talk to fucking Cherdis. I want to talk to Adamar.
Okay. So first, are you going to attempt to discover something about him?
I'll attempt to discover first. Information gathering. And you said that is a diplomacy?
I didn't say.
Oh, I assumed, I guess.
No.
Sorry.
Discovery is going to be perception if you're trying to observe. You could use Sandpoint lore if you have that, to try to learn more about him and his presence in Sandpoint, or you could try a society check.
Those all suck. I'll do perception. Here I go. God damn it. I want to use fucking dice, please. That's the same exact fucking thing. Okay, it's fine. It's a 16. 16.
Adamar, as you are talking to him, you don't have to do full on conversations to keep things moving. But what's the general nature of how you're talking and trying to discover this stuff about him?
I would sidle up to him and I would just be like, so how does a Scarnetti end up being an adventurer? I thought all of you just kind of rested on your laurels and spent all your money.
Yes, well, I'm quite adept at spending money, and I find that an adventuring company such as this benefits from having somebody who has money already to be able to finance some of the costs for the operations, but not all of us are interested in the family business. Adamar is quite adept at the social dance, and quite literally trained in how to interact in
Media
polite
training.
society. And so he is expertly dancing around any attempts you are making to discover stuff about him. You have had failed to discover anything about Adamar in this round.
Shucks.
I'm basically going to give you each 2 attempts per round to whoever you want. But we'll go around real quick. So, well, I mean, not 2 attempts at the same thing. Well, I guess you could attempt the same thing. You could talk to a different person. You could switch from discovery to influence, whatever you want to do. But I want to do each of these 1 per person, and then we'll loop around. So who's going to do who's going to talk to whom next? And I will say, if you are interacting with somebody that you already kind of know, or maybe know really well, you will get a +2 circumstance bonus. So obviously that's Natalin and Caleb, that's Icselo and Adamar, Millie, and with Millie with Monty you would get a +2. With Erica you'd get a +1. So who wants to try some Looks like Lumi.
Lumi's gonna talk with Millie's son. Kind of
Okay.
like, ooh, this is kind of a little spicy little situation. She just kind of want to like, she just wants to kind of purchase, yap with him and see what she can learn about Millie, basically.
Oh. This will be interesting. So I think for this one, it would be Sandpoint lore or society.
Okay.
Perceptions, I think you could roll perception, but I don't know that what you're specifically trying to get, I don't know that would translate well through perception. But if you want to try it.
27 using Sandpoint lore.
So 27 using Sandpoint lore is going to be a success. So do you want to know which skill has the lowest DC, one of the NPC's personal biases, one of his resistances, or one of his weaknesses? And these aren't like typical resistances and weaknesses. These are social.
Well, I'm weak to lightning damage. Yeah, I think this is mostly kind of just like an icebreaker. She's trying to like lighten the mood. She's also kind of doing this for herself. She's like helping herself relax because she's very, very, very anxious of what's to come later after this dinner. So she's trying her best to just like go with the flow, and so I'm gonna be picking the learning the DC that's easiest option. That's kind of like a way to like gamify how she's just kind of like talking, making things easier, and making the environment a lot more relaxed. Like, oh, so Millie's your mom, huh? Oh, you just got to tell me all about her.
He looks across the table at Millie, unless you're sitting right next to him, Millie, I guess. Just kind of, and I think you see in him that he admires his mother. He genuinely admires her both for, being a mom, but also what he knows, the limited things he knows about her past adventuring life. But he seems genuinely excited that she's a part of this adventuring group with you. And he's willing to, I think he kind of shares a few stories, a couple tales from, memories from growing up with Millie. Millie, I'll let you decide if he reveals anything, but Lumi, your success would then translate to using society to influence Monty would be the lowest DC and would get you the better chance of influencing him on future checks. Next.
Well, I'll go. Natalin has been
Who are you talking to?
of the man sitting beside her. So I think for this, she is probably more trying to find out about him. Like it's been a little while since they've actually last talked. So yeah. So she wants to find out more about him, what he's been up to, that kind of thing, I guess.
So that is going to be Sandpoint lore, probably not. You can use the same skills. All of you, it's basically Sandpoint lore, perception, or society. So you can choose which of those you want to use to try to learn more about this person.
I think I'm going to use perception on this one as I'm asking him questions about things. I think she, hopefully not nearly as flustered as I was earlier. So we'll see. We'll see what the dice say. So 21 plus 2, so that'd be 23.
So 23 on a perception.
Yeah.
It's going to put you basically in the same boat as Lumi. You can choose if you want to know what the lowest influence skill is. One of his personal biases, weaknesses, resistances.
Oh, let's find out his weakness.
Yes.
So as you are talking to him, in your conversation, you find that Caleb enjoys almost every story he starts or tells you starts with, one time when I was doing this, or one time when I was doing that, or there was that time, remember when I did this? It always starts with him at the center of it. And as this conversation is happening around the table this evening, you realize, and I'm going to say you recognize this is, maybe Caleb was always like this, but he's more so. He really likes when people compliment his physical appearance. If people compliment the clothing he wears, the jewelry he's chosen, his hair, his athleticism, anything about him, even if they're even remotely about, like, as he's telling a story, Erica mentioning how it's a good thing that Caleb was as fast as he was, and as strong as he is, or I don't know anybody else that could have held on by one hand while I was still holding the bag full of treasure. And you see that Caleb, he just really likes any form of flattery. With this information, you're going to get an additional +2 to influence him on any influence checks. So he's got a little bit of the narcissism about him. Icselo? Millie?
Millie's gonna try to talk her group up. I guess I've pegged well, I guess since we're just telling stories and stuff like that, she'd be talking directly to Montague and the rest of the people at the table. But she would segue in like, "Oh, funny you should mention that thing that you just said about the thing." Because let me tell you, I thought that I was pretty slick with my words, but then I met Lumi. And oh my, I will tell you, she has actually talked us out of a couple of situations that could have gone pear-shaped and dangerous real fast.
So I think this is going to fall under a influence check.
Influence, like make an impression?
Yeah, it's going to be making an impression. We'll have you roll and we'll just see who is impressed.
Okay. So you said I have a plus. Well, for my son,
You're kind of directing at I'll let you, because you did mention you're sort of directing at him, but also catching the ear of others. You can have the +2 that you would get.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna use a die to re-roll that, please.
Yes.
Oh my god. Me no likey. No likey. That's better. So, that's a 12 on the die. With my bonuses, what is it? 16 total. So I've got 28, I think that is.
Okay.
Did I do that right?
Mhm.
12 plus 16. 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just seeing who is impressed by this.
Clearly, Curtis.
That fucking piece of shit.
Curtis
Actually,
is probably a sweet simpleton, and you're being way too mean.
He's like the nicest person in the group. Just bullying him.
believe it or not, Curtis had one of the highest DCs on this particular check. With a 28, I was just checking to see what level of success. That is a success, but because of the way you did it and checking everybody's DCs, you gain one influence point with each person at the table. You don't learn anything yet, but you've earned one influence point for each person.
Perfect.
Icselo and Velynia.
Yes.
Oh wait, you already
I
went Velynia.
I
Icselo.
already went Velynia, yeah.
Icselo is gonna size up Curtis here. I'm trying to vibe check him, so I went with perception. I rolled extremely poorly on my first, so I already did all the rolls. I would like to use pop.
Or a doom.
Domain die.
A domain die.
Yeah, doom. And my second roll was a 28, like Millie's was. So.
Okay. Let me just fix this number here real quick. Make sure we're square on that. So 28, you're trying to discover?
Yes. I don't recognize this fella.
So what do you want to discover? His lowest influence stat, weakness, bias, resistance.
Tell me his bias.
I was just gonna suggest that.
That's such an interesting thing to learn.
He's like super against gingers.
The fuck?
He has a ginger in his party.
Fuck this guy.
I know, he doesn't like, that's why he's not talking too much.
Curtis Jeed is such a jerk. His hatred for red hair goes all the way through to the player.
He hates a fourth dimensional creature.
He's broken the fourth. No. I think that with Curtis, you find that in the telling of these stories that he seems very disinterested, or rather more interested in consuming as much food as possible. He's packing away as much protein and carbs as he possibly can. It's not until stories get grisly and gory, more gory the details of a fight, that he suddenly perks up and starts prodding for more questions. or with more questions about it, looking for more details, and sharing a few stories of his own, which usually involve him, various degrees of him either punching so hard that he breaks, he can, describing the breaking of the bones in people's faces, and even literally punching into the chest of an orc and ripping his heart out as he grabs a fistful of beef from his plate. And he's just like, oh, there's just something about it. I like the fights.
Bet you do.
Jesus Christ, Tamiko.
Knowing this about him,
fucking Churtis, dude. Jesus.
Knowing this about him reduces the performance DC. So if you are specifically regaling him with stories to try to influence him, the DC is reduced by 2.
Cool.
All right, we're still in that first round. Real quick, if everybody wants to now make an influence or another discovery check, you may go ahead and do so. Cari, Velynia.
Yeah.
Are you sticking with Adamar, or are you...
Yeah, I'm sticking with Adamar. I want to try to learn more about him.
So,
God.
do you want to try to influence him? Because influencing is how you learn additional things besides the discovery. Or do you want to try to discover something else?
I'll influence.
So doing influence, you can try society to specifically gossip or rumors about locals. This seems less like Velynia, but what do I know? Mercantile lore to share business secrets and information. You can try to deceive him, kind of lying to him about accomplishments or things. Diplomacy or intimidation.
I'm gonna just diplomacy him. That gets me an 18. And I'm gonna just kind of try to just kind of general schmoozing. I guess general schmoozing. I wanna just see if I can get I want to get on his good side. I guess I want to get in close so I can try to figure this guy out. That's kind of my thing.
What is something that you think Velynia might say in an attempt to influence Adamar Scarnetti that you think it's Velynia trying to sound like she knows what she's talking about and instead embarrassing herself because you critically failed?
I critically failed?
Yes, you critically failed.
Oh, man. I guess I would talk about our adventures in the pit. And I would talk about how, our advent, with the goblins, and how we were did you know that they actually drill holes in their teeth and they have a secret signal by which they communicate? And I'm sure there's not a lot of people around town that knew much about that.
He smiles and nods, and he looks like he's going to give you... He's not going to call you out. And then Erica goes... Oh, you're talking about the Whistlefang goblins. Yeah, everybody knows about them.
I kind of turn a harsh eye over to her. I'm like, do they?
Yes, everybody's talked about the Whistlefangs from a young age. Maybe that's just Adamar and I that knew about this. Maybe it's just a... And Adamar says, don't give her a hard time. It may just be something that Sandpoint locals learn about.
Mm-hmm. And Velynia just kind of sits back and hides in her drink.
All right, next up. I forget the order we went in. I think it was Natalin?
Well, we kind of went clockwise, except for
Boink and a
Icselo and
boink,
Millie
a
were.
boink. Bouncing around.
But I could go next, unless Lumi, you wanted.
Excuse me.
I would love to influence Caleb.
Oh, would you?
Oh, yes.
You get a +4 to influence him. Your influence skills are society to kind of play to his sense of social superiority. You could attempt to use Arcana or Occult to talk shop about magic. Or you can do the usual. You can try to deceive him, use diplomacy to make an impression, or intimidate him.
Intimidating is one. I'll do society. I'm going to ask, kind of bringing up like the new tats that he's got and how nice they look, that kind of thing. So, all right. Society. Oh, that's a 19 on the die for a total 27 plus 4 is 31.
That is a critical success.
Wow, congratulations! I'm glad.
Which is going to...
People are succeeding.
Which is going to... A critical success is going to give you 2 influence points with Caleb. And... I think to anybody else watching, in fact, I'm going to ask the rest of you to roll a perception check.
Jesus, nat 1. Both sets that I have.
Yeah, you don't notice nothing.
I'm so embarrassed.
$17.
You shake your head like you know what the DC is. Icselo, Lumi.
I said it's a 7 on the die. It can't be great.
I'm trying to find my perception
I got a total
modifier.
of 22.
Okay.
Oh, 27.
So Lumi, Millie, and Icselo, you would notice during the meal that Natalin seems to almost entirely ignore everybody else, paying very close attention to Caleb, and in particular during this interaction where she's pointing at his visible chest and he's kind of showing the tattoos and kind of tracing his finger and showing where tattoos continue down an arm, and their voices are lower than everybody else's, and he kind of leans in a little bit and he says, I actually have something for you. Consider it it's a gift from our adventuring party to your adventuring party, as he realizes that a couple people are kind of clocking the two of you. He raises his voice and says, I would like to present you all with something from our own adventures. It's a small trinket, and forgive me if you already have one. And he reaches inside a pocket and he pulls out a key. It is a silver key that has a grinning skull at the top of it. It is a skeleton key.
Oh shit!
He
I know what
says,
this is.
we have found items like this to be of particular use when encountering locked doors. No doubt, as he looks over at all of you, not wanting to single anybody out as a particular skill, you have the necessary skills amongst your party. to get through locked doors, but this always helps. You can add a skeleton key, just a standard skeleton key, to your inventory. You can choose later who gets it. A skeleton key replaces a thieves toolkit, or can be used instead of when picking a lock, and it grants a +1 item bonus to your thievery checks. Also, once per day, as a manipulate action, you can loosen a lock, and the key will cast knock on the lock you are trying to open. It is
So I
worth
think that'll
it is worth 125 gold pieces, which is no small gift.
No.
So yeah, I think Natalin would graciously take that from Caleb. Thank you. And for notes later, she probably would give it to Velynia.
Thank you.
Immediately confiscated. Immediately.
In the name of the law.
How dare you? Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. Directly to jail.
Right into the contraband drawer.
Yeah, it did listen here. Can't have that. No,
So that was-
I look very excited about this. I think Velynia probably does know what this is.
Well, I will say I did see it be given to us, so I do know about it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah, Natalin didn't hide the fact that she.
Well, I mean, he presented it. He spoke up and presented it to the group as a whole, but hands it to you, Natalin.
I think she would, in part of this little thing, whisper under her breath. And here I thought it was a key to your heart.
Oh my god.
And in response, just as low, he would say, I would hope you still had the key I gave you in the first place.
Oh.
Oh, her face just. She looks down. She doesn't know what to say to that. Her face kind of, again, heated cheeks. Yeah, he bested her there.
Lumi?
Lumi is also going to try to, I guess, like, counter influence this Caleb guy. Kind of like sidetrack the conversation. She notices probably some of the tattoos are very like arcane in nature, is how you described it, right?
Yep.
And maybe even like his stories that he's brought up. She's gonna latch onto the occult part of it, and kind of do a little bit of talking shop actually with this Mr. Caleb about the occult affairs. Seeing if she can glean anything that he knows about, you know, Thessalonian ruins, maybe do a little bit of like, I don't want to say posturing, but like definitely like, oh well, we've done all this, you know, kind of like ragging and posturing, so to speak.
Yeah, I think posturing is fair.
Yeah, posturing is the word. Yeah, mostly talking shop though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Put 19 on the die for a total of 31.
That is a regular success,
Ooh.
which will grant you another influence point with Caleb. And I think there's a bit of like you said, talking shop, and I think with that success you learn that Caleb Valdemar is a wizard, and he actually has a playful nature. You notice that again, playing into his a little bit of his narcissism here, that when he talks about the types, whenever he's talking about himself and his greatest hits, the stories, the magic is always in which he's charmed somebody, or he's dazed them with his dazzling displays of magic, that he's used his more he uses things like hideous laughter because he knows just how to tell the proper joke and convert it into this infectious laughter that they can't break from. It seems to always be the only spells that he talks about specifically in that way are always the one that involve him using his fantastic charisma. And as he's talking to you about this, he seems really intrigued with all of your tales about the pit. And said that perhaps I was mistaken in my youth in thinking that the pit was nothing more than a source of legends and lore and was really not worth my time to investigate. But it seems you have...
That a place of legend of lore is not worth investigating. You're a buffoon. Apologies. Lumi says to Natalin.
I am intrigued at what you're finding here, though. I have heard that deeper caverns in the pit are connected directly to the Darklands.
Oh, well, isn't that fascinating?
In fact, if you're going to continue to delve into the pit, and you can find me some evidence of direct connection to the Darklands, perhaps evidence of a creature native to the deeper reaches of Sekamina, something like a Dryder or something like that, perhaps, I'd be willing to pay you a bounty of 500 gold.
Boom, boom. New objective.
Quest unlocked. Diddle-diddle-doo. I'll keep my eyes out.
No obligation, of course, but should you find the evidence and can get it to me, I will, of course, pay.
I have a bit of a hunt that you're going to be in town for quite a bit then?
Well, even if I'm not, I'm sure you will have ways to get in touch with me. As he places a hand on top of Natalin's hand on the table.
Look at you two, Lumi says.
Millie, Icselo?
Millie's gonna talk to her kid and try to get him to say more about what this party's job is here. What are they doing here?
All right, so that's going to be an influence check. I think that's going to fall into either society or diplomacy.
Oh, diplomacy, definitely. That's my baby. Cool. Okay, someone help. That's an 18 on the die.
Yes.
Plus 16.
That is 34.
Okay. Critical success.
Millie's just casually refilling his wine again while she asks.
Well, we've been working for quite some time hunting down and exposing a small-time crime ring. They made the rather foolish attempt to blackmail the Voldemars. And so naturally, Caleb wanted us to be directly involved in this. We actually did a bit of undercover work. Obviously.
Ooh, how exciting.
Yeah. I'm I'm getting to be a bit of an investigator myself, specializing in sort of the intrigue and mystery, the scoping out of the adventures. I'm quite okay when it comes to scrapping on these adventures, but my particular skills lie in I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I'm kind of the face sometimes. Anyway, we were tracking down this small time crime ring, and well, in the process of carrying out this mission, we did lose our cleric of Calistria, Josa, and her family is out in the hinterlands, and so we were bringing her body to her family to be buried. And Caleb thought, well, since we're in the area, why don't we come by for the ritual of Stardust? And to kill two birds with one stone, catch up with the local adventuring gang that just happens to include my mother. Millie, I think you can't help but notice that while talking around the others, Monty has picked up a bit of an affected accent to match a little bit of Caleb and Erica. Thankfully, he doesn't talk like Curtis.
She's noticed. What is it? This boy was raised in a bar. Like, she knows what he talks like. So.
But yeah, that's the story you are told. Icselo, you still working over old Curtis Gede here?
No, I got his number. I think I'm also going to talk to Eddie. But I'm trying to influence him because it seems like he doesn't have the greatest relationship with his dad if he left. So I'm just trying to...
Well, Titus is his uncle.
Yeah. Oh, Titus is his uncle. So it would be... Got it. I understand. Just trying to leverage him in my direction versus theirs.
Okay. Society. And if you want to try intimidation, you could do that.
No, I'm not trying to make him afraid of me. I want him to like me.
Okay.
You could be afraid of how much he likes you.
No, that's weird. Not great. Total of 19. Dude, this music.
Very whimsical.
It's perfect. Nice dinner at the festival.
Yeah, I went with the upbeat music playlist. We don't get to play it very often, and it's festival time. I think that so that is a regular success. Adamar is actually quite entertained by all of you, and seems genuinely to enjoy hearing the stories. And as you're talking to him, Icselo, you kind of realize why you never saw Adamar very much around the Scarnetti Manor. He is very different than Titus and Karn. He genuinely is a likable person. And he does say, I never really understood why my Uncle Titus despised you so much. Well, I mean, aside from the obvious that you failed, you failed to stay in his pocket. Boy, did that piss him off.
Well, if there's one thing that Titus Scarnetti will never understand is that not everybody can be bought.
This is true. You know, I'm stopping by the Scarnetti Manor while I'm in town. I plan to see old Uncle Titus and Cousin Con and Cousin Clarissa. You two still divorced, I take it?
Oh, absolutely.
And
I'd rebuild a bridge that's burned.
well, I'll keep my ears open while I'm talking to Titus, and if I can grease the wheels in you and your friend's favor at all, I will do so.
I appreciate it, but don't feel obligated. 9 times out of 10, just hearing about what I'm doing in my exploits is enough to piss him off. No need to bring that up on yourself.
Well, I've always had a way of understanding just how to bypass the walls that he puts up, and I think that's why he sometimes doesn't like me, or pretends that he doesn't. Nonetheless, I will see what I can do.
Well, Eddie, if you haven't figured it out already, it's that ability right there that makes you more Scarnetti than most.
I don't know if I should take that as if I should take that as a compliment or an insult, but I'll take this a little bit of both. And he laughs jovially again, and that was successful. For the remainder, as we wind down here, you guys are rolling, for the most part, really well, and have maxed out influence on half the party.
Yay! Let's quit while we're ahead. Team.
Nobody's really gotten to learn anything about Erica or Churtis, so...
No, but at some point, Millie leans over and goes, "Don't forget to stop by and say hello to your mother."
Oh. I need you...
Oh, Alma.
I
Would
need...
just love to see you, kiddo.
I would like you to go ahead and make an influence check on her with an additional +2. Because you specifically...
You know the family.
Mentioned
friend of the family.
Her mother. And I would say you could use Sandpoint lore.
Oh no, you know I'm sticking with
Diplomacy.
because that's my jam. But I am going to use a domain die because I am not keeping that natty one.
Absolutely not. Be ridiculous.
Ooh. Okay. So that's a 16 on the die, which makes this a 30... Wait, hold on. It's 30 without bonuses, so it's a 32 with the bonus?
I think so, yeah.
As you are talking with Erica, the more she hears all of your stories and how you all... I imagine as you're telling your stories, there's a bit of that. One person starts telling something and another person is like, oh yeah, and then we did this, and then this happened. And there's the talk of how you're helping one another and this interplay amongst your stories. And you see that she kind of glances at Churtis, who has been very quiet and just focused on his food, occasionally talking to only Icselo. And the others who are,
Is there live music in the Rusty Dragon tonight? I just have to ask, because I think they just piped up, and it's great.
And then Caleb, who his stories all center around himself, and you can see that there's something about it that she seems to be realizing. Maybe if you're within a group of adventurers, they don't have to be a dysfunctional group of people. That maybe you could have adventure with people that actually care about one another.
Maybe sometimes no D&D is better than bad D&D.
Right. So, very well said. I'm gonna have for this last bit here to, if you want to make another check on Erica or somebody else, just make 2 checks in your turn as we go around for this final round. So you've made 1 just sort of by happenstance there, because you literally happened on almost verbatim a phrase that I had down here about if you mention Erica's mother. So if you want to make another check, see if you can get a little bit more out of her, or if you want to focus on somebody else.
Sure. No, I'll keep writing this because she seems a little squirrely now, a little fidgety, uncomfortable, perhaps. What am I rolling?
You can roll diplomacy again if you want. You're gonna get that extra +2 because that's anybody talking to her.
All right. That's a 9, so that's going to be, let's see, 9 plus 16 is a what? 25.
Okay.
It is.
That is a success, and that takes you into her max influence.
Wow. We are kicking ass, and by we, I mean you guys.
So, with Erica, the more you talk to her, as you've gotten her to kind of, she seems to be realizing this, she starts to talk a little bit more about some of her own adventures, but she takes a deep breath, and she actually, before I met up with Caleb and the others, I did adventure briefly with some local friends. And you see Caleb and Adamar, even Monty and Churtis, they kind of stop their conversations and start paying attention to her. This seems like something they've not heard. This seems like a new story from Erica. We decided to try our hand in the pit. And, well, we briefly went into the early levels. We saw the Whistlefang goblins, and we saw the one called Rib Nugget. We decided not to engage with the goblins. They seemed caught up in their own issues. They had some sort of, well, as I'm sure you've noticed from the tales you've told, they were embroiled in their own sort of civil war amongst themselves. We decided to venture down below the fog line. We went deeper into the pit. And we decided not to pass through the levels directly. We scaled the walls of the pit itself, down below the fog line. We were over 100 feet down. The air had grown cooler and was thick with moisture from the fog. The walls were already slick. It was becoming dangerous. That was where we encountered the Sandpoint Devil. I never actually saw it. But I saw it did what it did to my good friend, old Semper. I don't even remember how I got out of the pit. But when I clawed my way to the top, it was easy to find old Semper. Because all I had to do was follow the trail of blood and gore.
Oh.
That led to what was left. I crawled quietly to her as she lay gasping her final breaths. Not 30 feet away, that horrible creature. I tried to not pay attention, but I could hear it as the bones crunched, as it ripped at the bodies of Thander and Zaratha and Mrs. Haverly. They were all dead. And Semper, I could do nothing for her. I held her hand. I whispered a prayer with her. And I crawled away across the Devil's Platter until I could slide away from sight of the Sandpoint Devil.
Millie just reaches out a hand and just kind of puts it on top of hers in a comforting manner. Y'all are out of control.
She said,
Jeez.
she smiles wanly at you and says, you see, she opens her hand, and in her hand she is holding a set of prayer beads. And she looks at them for a long minute. And then she takes your hand, Millie. She places the holy prayer beads into them and closes your hand around them and says, These belong to Osemper. I kept them, hoping to hold her memory, but all it does is bring back memories of that. Maybe it will bring you more luck in the pit than she had.
Well,
I'm sorry.
We can use all the luck we can get.
She says, I'm sorry. I need to go see my mother.
Man.
And she quickly stands up. As she stands, she's still holding onto your hand, Millie. And she's holding it with a desperation. And then she looks at the beads in your hand. I'm sorry, Caleb. And she drops your hand, Millie, and she turns and she runs from the rusty dragon.
That there is mom guilt. Like,
Yeah, right, for sure, 100%. Aww.
The rest of this meal continues with a smattering of tales and almost as if announcing the end of the celebration, Curtis leans back and literally just unfastens the tie around his waistband, loosening his pants, and pats his belly and just lets out a huge belch and kind of laughs to himself. And the people around him that kind of give him a dirty look, he just kind of shrugs and says, "Compliments to the chef, eh?" And Caleb looks at him a little disapprovingly, and he says, "Well, I am glad that you all agreed to come and have this dinner with us. I am sorry that Erica had to excuse herself. I'm curious. She had not shared this tale with us before, but we will catch up with her and make sure she is doing all right. We do plan on staying in town, at least for through the end of the Ritual of Stardust tomorrow night, and we'll be around enjoying some of the festivities this evening. So I do hope that we may see you still around town, and you will feel that we are now sufficiently friends that you can greet us and perhaps share a beverage or funnel cake or something with us. And, well, thank you all. I do look forward to seeing you again. I could use some fresh air." And he holds his hand out to you, Natalin. "Would you join me?"
I don't think there's much of a hesitation, honestly. I think she just kind of looks at his hand, then looks up at him, and then places her gloved hand on his.
Well, happy Ritual of Stardust to you all, and may Desna place her blessing upon each and every one of us.
I'm
And
also with you.
he bows, and then he adjusts his grip so that he takes Natalin's gloved hand, intertwining fingers, and leads her out of the Rusty Dragon. And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Natalin is
That's
very,
awesome.
very, very much not making eye contact with any of party members as she leaves.
You guys
Amazing.
were rolling incredible on those influence. I'm still a little rusty on the running the influence checks.
I
The
don't
influence
know that we have done
subsystem.
that before, or did we do it? At
We did
that
it
town
once
hall?
before at the town hall, I believe.
That was it. Okay.
And I think there's a little bit of a built-in rustiness because or I guess barrier to the system, because again the information was created for 1E and for second edition, but the new information on how to run everything is from the remaster, where they made some slight changes to things, but gives you some. Ultimately, you were successful in maxing influence with Caleb Voldemar, Adamar Scarnetti, and Erica Averton, and Monty.
Of course.
Curtis, you didn't max out influence on, but he's definitely the guy at the table that not a lot of people wanted to have a conversation with. So
Curtis seems like a hit.
I feel like it was influenced largely by his name. Like, nobody wants to talk to Curtis Gede.
Fucking
No.
Curtis. Enjoy your fucking bread, douchebag.
If I'm to believe that these are pre-existing characters and that was the descriptors that like went along with him, is he's fucking weird.
I mean, I'm looking right here at the picture. I don't like this particular illustration of him, but
That's most flattering work, but
But yeah,
his bad
absolutely. I had to look some of these up when I was coming across names like Jordis Munt and Curtis Gede. I think was the one that I was most
And
like.
Ween.
Really, is this the name you chose? But here we are.
Fucking Curtis.
And next week is the actual ritual.
Well,
we're freaking
technically, technically, it isn't because you all wanted. You got a couple of you got dates, and you're going to see a show.
He's got a date, and we're going to that one girl's fucking show finally. Hopefully,
Maybe.
So yes,
Maybe.
it is the evening of the.
My date in Velynia.
It is the evening of the 20th, I believe, because I think it's the 21st is the festival or the ritual. So it is the evening of the 20th, and next week will be. At this point, it's like the kind of the 24 hours of festival or whatever. The start of it, where things are really starting to pick up. I mean, can't you tell? The music's in full swing.
The music.
This is one of those when you start walking the streets, random minstrels or random bards start following you around. And you got to pay them to go away. It's that they start singing about the way you walk and
Oh my god.
Somewhere in like Knight's Tale where they play modern music, sometimes you just hear this this bard starts singing pretty woman walking down the street. I'll leave it up to you guys to figure out who he's talking about. But anyway, next week that's what's going to happen, and that will be that'll be Velynia's last game with us or Carrie's last game with us until when we return in August. So
I sure hope nothing terrible happens.
Would I do that to you?
Yes.
All right.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Somebody left.
Tamiko just dropped?
No.
What?
I think Portland exploded.
I feel like that might have been an accident or something happened. Anyway, we're gonna head out of here. Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. Thank you again to Tamiko for 89 months.
She lost power. That's why she dipped.
Oh, her power went out. Okay, good reason. 89 months from
timing.
Tamiko. Thank you, Cari, for the bits, as always. Thank you to everybody hanging out in chat. We appreciate you. If you're somebody that likes to lurk quietly in the background, or maybe you're watching with us on the VOD, know that we appreciate you. And we hope you enjoy our games as much as we enjoy playing them. And a huge thank you, as always, to these incredible players. Love playing this game with you each week. And had an impromptu, unplanned double flirtation game, which is apparently going to continue next week. So,
yay!
With that, thank you, Vi, Kaeryn, Tamiko, Cari, and Baron, without whom this would just be me talking to myself for a couple hours. With that, we're going to end the stream the same way we end every stream. You can say it with me if you want. MTD.
Love try.
Buy our merch. I didn't have it.